Recording in progress.
Welcome everyone. Today is Tuesday, January 9th. It's 5:30 p.m. We are at the council work meeting at the council chambers on the third floor in the county building. Welcome each of you that are out in the audience. As far as roll call, we have our county attorney, Scott Broadhead, present. As far as council, we have Councilman Hoffman, Councilman Stromberg, Councilman Hamner, and Councilman Wardle. Councilman Thomas is asked to be excused from tonight's proceedings. We have our county manager, Andy Welch, our assistant county manager, Brittany Lopez, and Nikki from the clerk's office. Thank you for being here, and recognize many of you out in the audience. Thank you for being here. So that will bring us down to contracts. That's Nathan Harris will speak to the franchise agreement between Tooele County and Terabit Networks. Go ahead. Thank you, Chairman.
So what you have before you, Terabit Networks.
That's how you pronounce it, Terabit. Okay.
That's how I would pronounce it. Almost like a terabyte, but not quite. He came to the county seeking a franchise agreement. It is Chuck McGowan out of Lake Point. He has been involved with other broadband services that have been provided in the county, and he has this new company that he would like to be able to lay his fiber cables in the right-of-ways along our streets. And so what he had been doing previously was just getting a dig permit. It was brought to our attention, and we decided to draft this agreement with him and get him a franchise agreement where it kind of lays out who's responsible and who's not, a little bit better than him just getting a dig permit and kind of skirting this franchise agreement that other telecommunication services have with us. So what is different about this one, we just recently as a county adopted a franchise fee. We have one other entity that has a franchise fee with us. So that got approved on our county fee sheet most recently. It is included in this contract, and moving forward, we're going to have this franchise fee for services that are provided that people will need to pay to the county. And so that's the biggest change moving forward for franchise agreements, but this one is kind of our first go at it with Terabit Networks.
Okay, council, any questions or comments?
Is there any concerns or any issues with it?
I don't have any. I drafted it.
And you say this is a new,
So you're biased?
Yes,
Okay.
of course.
so is this a new company?
I don't know how long they've been around. So
Can I
would
lay
have
into
to
this a
look
little
into
bit? This used to be the old Trilobite company. You'll remember that first started providing internet service in the valley. That was Chuck's company, and he sold off that company, and this is Terabit, which is just a new one, so.
Okay. Okay, any other comments or concerns? Okay, thank you. That brings us down to the next one, item B, and I'll allow Councilman Wardle to take that one.
So this is a marketing agreement between Tooele County and the Chamber of Commerce. Nathan, you'll be presenting this, just a little bit of history on this. We've been discussing this for over a year and trying to get this in place as part of our plan for recreation and for the master plan on recreation. This was a recommendation.
Tourism.
Or tourism, this was a recommendation.
Correct.
So, okay?
Yes, thank you, Councilman Wardle. So this agreement is between Tooele County and the Tooele County Chamber of Commerce. So what we have done here is we have kind of outlined the services that the chamber is going to provide to the county in exchange for the money that's outlined. We will be giving the chamber $150,000, which is the amount that you all decided on, and they will hire somebody, and that person is then going to do the work that's outlined in number 2. They're gonna, they're gonna try to promote and grow this tourism for us, and that's been a desire of the county. One thing that I would like to point out is in Section 9 of this contract. Like Councilman Wardle had said, this has been in the works for over a year. When I drafted this a while ago, I put January 1 of 2024 as the expiration date. So I'm a little off there. So when I was reviewing this today, I've made a correction. I have an amended document for you to sign if this gets signed later on that says it will be January 1 of 2025. And that's the only change that I needed to make, though.
Thank you, council and public. It's important to understand that the chairman has moved this to me as the vice chairman because he is conflicted on this and has not been involved with any of these discussions. This has been handled outside his scope. So, is this one we move forward, council members? Yeah. Okay. Chairman, I turn it back to you.
Thank you. That will bring us down to the phone system contract renewal. Thank you, Nathan. Scott Pearson, you're being rang up here.
Good evening, council. Thanks for the opportunity. We're just looking to renew our current contract for the next 5 years. We are going to lock in a monthly price that's about $300 less than what we're paying now. No increases in the price over that time. So we're just looking to renew the current contract.
Okay, and this is landlines that are in the building.
Landlines, 911, everything. We chose, we looked at a couple options. The pricing is too good to pass up on this one. And it keeps us from having to go through another major changeover on systems.
Just another question, Scott. Is this only in this building, but this is anything Tooele County?
Anything Tooele County.
Oh, okay. By the way, nice shirt.
Well, thank you very much.
Any other questions, council?
Well, I appreciate him dressing appropriately as opposed to what he wore in one of our last council meetings.
You're welcome to wear that again.
Thank you. Thank you, the blue.
I just question why.
Well. Canadian basketball player. Less is more. Less is more.
No, we know that in the past, a lot of people have gone to mobile phones. However, in our setting, we need to have landlines for stability and to be able to communicate on a variety of things like Zoom and other things.
There's some things we'll be presenting on in our presentation on that we put in for on the February 6th, I believe, that will take away the potential takeaway of the physical phone to a virtual phone that can be placed on anything from your computer to your cell phone and act like you're within the county system. So we've got some options with this system that allow us to expand and grow and change the way we do things, which we think are a big plus and a long-term cost cutting on equipment. So we'll present quickly that on the 6th so you can see those. But that was also part of our decision that we have within this system.
Wonderful.
One question.
Oh, Chair recognized Councilman.
So Scott, as you mentioned that was one of the questions I have as we look for, because I mean, this contract's, what, 4 more years?
Mm-hmm.
So as we look to technology, do we have that ability to adjust? And as we go away from phones, is
We
that
do.
going to help us?
Yeah, we have
Okay.
that ability now. We're starting in IT to start testing some of those headsets and virtual phones. We are going to start giving that option to people as their phones go out to not replace it with a hard phone, to replace it with a soft phone and headset. We think there's a very valuable position that'll hold within our staff's ability to do their job. We think that there is a place occasionally for the hard phone, but we think the soft phone is the future, and this gives us that ability to go
Okay.
to it.
So we're not locked in and saying, okay, we're stuck for paying for that over the next.
Absolutely
Okay.
not. In fact, we decided to cut our warranties on those phones because as they go, we're going to push the soft phones. We think it's a very valuable and easier process. The soft phone has really grown since we started with this contract.
Okay, thanks.
Excuse me, Chair recognizes Councilman Ward.
So I'm having trouble pulling up the packet real quick, but what is our termination clause on it? Is it a 90-day termination?
Termination clause on this is, I believe it is a 90-day on this
Okay.
one.
Perfect, thank you.
Do you remember off the top of your head what it is? I believe it is a 90-day on this one. Yes.
Standard.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Council, move it forward. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. This will bring us up to item D, that is a change order from Corey Bullock. Corey?
Good evening, council. Requesting a change order on our festival grass area contract for the cost of $358,640 and 86 cents. What we're basically doing is moving some of what would be in phase 2 into phase 1 to finish up the festival grass area.
Any questions?
So it's not an additional cost, it's just
Yeah, we're just,
newer I don't know.
well,
We're shifting time.
Shifting it.
yeah,
Okay.
it's a cost we were gonna have to pay anyway.
Okay.
So we're just moving it from what would be in the phase 2 bid to phase 1.
It'll probably be cheaper in phase 1 versus phase 2, the way things are going, so go for it.
I would agree.
Okay. Any other comments or questions?
Chairman, can I?
Please, Chair recognizes Assistant County Manager Brittany Lopez.
So as we move forward with Desert Peak and the work that we're doing at Desert Peak, it's important for you guys to know and the public to know that we have a weekly financing meeting that will be meeting me, Andy, Corey, and the finance team to make sure that we're staying on track with this project. And I want to make sure that that's said in a public meeting so that we will see more change orders like this as the project goes on because of the cost of the project. But I just want to be sure that it's known and noted that we are, as a group, looking weekly at where we are and making sure we're staying in budget with this project.
Okay. Any other comments? Thank you, Corey, appreciate it. Council, I understand that there is a need for a closed session, so Chair to entertain a motion to go into a closed session.
So moved.
Hearing a motion from Councilman Hoffman. Is there a second?
Second?
Hearing a second from Councilman Stromberg, we'll do a roll call vote. Councilman Hoffman, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilman Stromberg, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilman Hamner votes aye. Councilman Wardle, how do you vote?
Aye.
Okay, we are in a closed session.